Hello nerds! I wanted to create an appropriate introduction for this video, and I thought this would be perfect.
Get those nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
So, I hope you enjoyed that introduction. But what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you two different ways to create pages on your blog. Now, there's going to be a basic way, and that's enough. That's all you need to know. If you want to look at the advanced way, I'm going to go over that too. And again, it's more advanced, and it's kind of a neat little feature that you can create. Now, let me talk about what a page is. This here is a blog, and you can identify the blog post because it has a date up here that identifies when this blog post was created. Now, most of this class, even though it's on a blog, most of the activities, or all of the activities, are actually done on pages. And pages are more like websites than they are blogs. They're just attached to the blogs. So if you look over here, the one that says home is actually our blog page. And then everything else is a separate page, which is basically a web page that we've created. For example, the kickoff session that you did in the face-to-face meeting was an actual web page that we have attached to our blog here. And so you'll notice that there's not a date at the top. And then all of our activities are done this way. So there's lots of different reasons that you might want to do this. Maybe you have a blog that you update daily for different information for your students, and then each class has its own page with basic information that doesn't change, like a syllabus or different things like that that you might have. Or who knows what else you might have. You can think of lots of different reasons to have pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to create those pages. Now, I'm going to do that using my blog. Now, wherever you are in your blog, you can always get to the main page by clicking on this blogger button in the top left. So I'm going to click on that. By the way, I'm talking fairly quickly, so if you need to pause me to do whatever you're going to do or go back in the video, certainly make sure that you do that. Okay. Now, a lot of you will only have one blog. Some of you might have more than one. But if you have multiple blogs like I do, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to identify the blog that you want to make changes to. Now, I'm going to make changes to this Ryan Munson's Tech Camp blog. There are two ways to make changes to this blog. The first way is that there's a little drop-down menu with this arrow right here. And if I click on this, it gives me a list of different things that I can do to this. Now, the second way to do it is simply to take and click on the name of the blog itself. And when you click on that, it will bring you to the blog's homepage, basically, where you can do lots of different things, like create a post for your blog. Up here, by the way, is where you do new posts. If you click on posts, it will be a place where you can edit your old posts and do things like that. A pages tab. And then you've already done some of this here already to do layout and template. Now, I'm going to click on the Pages tab here, and right now I don't have any pages. So all I need to do to create one is click on New Page up here. So I click on New Page, and I'm going to do New Example Page is what I'm going to call it. And then I'm going to do some brilliant writing skills here and put lots of good content on this page. Now, I can save this page. And then when I'm completely done with it, I can publish this page. And so when I publish the page, it will be ready to go on my blog. However, if I click on View Blog and actually look at what my blog looks at, you'll notice that there isn't a page anywhere that you can see. There isn't a page that is called New Example Page. So there's no way to get to it yet. So I need to create a way to get to it. Now, how I do that, and you've already gone through a tutorial on gadgets, so how you do that is you actually have to create a gadget. So I'm going to click on my layout right here, and I'm going to add a gadget. Now, there's two main locations where you can add this gadget. The first is the top bar. If you add a gadget to this top bar, or a Pages gadget, what it's going to do is it's going to create basically a list of tabs up here at the top with each of your pages listed as a tab. So if you like the look of having tabs on your blog, you can do that. The other way to do it is to add a gadget right down here. I'm going to click on this button right here, which is Add a Gadget. And I'm going to choose the Pages gadget. So I'm going to go down here to this where it says Pages, and I'm going to click the blue plus. And this will allow me to add the page, which is my new example page right here. So I'm going to check the box that will allow me to add the page. By the way, your main blog page is pre-selected. So all you have to do is click on the new ones. You can use this to drag the order and change the order, and then when you're done, you just hit the orange save button. Now, I can click on View Blog, and when I view the blog now, I'll see this Pages tab over here. One that says Home, and then the next one says New Example Page. So, this is the way that you create pages and then put the pages on your blog. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another way to make pages. And to do that, I'm actually going to create something called labels in my posts. So this is going to be a special type of page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a page that basically takes a post, and if you categorize your posts, so let's say that you're in elementary school and you have different posts for math and for English and for social studies, or you're in high school and you have a different post for your different classes and the different assignments that are being done. You can create labels for those posts, and as long as you're consistent about labeling things, let's say every time you make a math post, you label it math. What you can do is you can create a page that will only look at the math posts and will get rid of all of the English posts and social studies posts. Or in high school, let's say that you have that's probably a lot, 3 different classes that you teach, and so you want a page for each of the posts for each of the 3 different classes that you teach. This is going to be how you do that. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to create labels for your posts. So I've got a couple of posts that I've already done, and I'm going to create labels for these. Now, how you do it after the post is finished is you put a check mark in the box next to the post. So by the way, I didn't really say it, but I clicked on the post link over here on the left, and then I checked this box. And then up here, there's this little label button, and I'm going to hit the down arrow, and I'm going to make a new label, and I'm simply going to call this math. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another label, and I'm going to call it English. So I'm going to check the English box, or for English Day 1, and I'm going to make a new label, and I'm going to call that English. Now, I could do the same thing for this Math Day 2, but I also want to show you, if you're creating a post, how you can add a label while you create it. So to do that, I'm going to click on Math Day 2 right here. And then over here where it says Labels, I'm going to click on this. And if I've already created the labels, all I have to do is click on it, and it will make that label. If I want to add a different label, I could type a new label on here. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to click Done. And then I'm going to go back to that main page that we were looking at. Or, sorry, I'm going to hit the update button. My apologies. I'm going to hit the orange update button, and then it's going to take me back here. Now, I have 2 things that are labeled math. So if I click on my blog, let's say I want to view my blog, it shows all of my posts, both my math posts and my English posts. But if I click on this thing right here that says Labels, and I click on the math label, what it's going to do, and if you look up here in the address bar, it's going to take all of my blog posts that were labeled with math, and it's going to put them on one page so that my students could see all of my math posts at the same time. So now I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to copy this, because this actually is a web page now where it will always show all of my math labeled stuff. So now that I have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the site layout. So I'm going to click on the layout button. And where I did my pages here, I'm going to edit the pages. And I'm going to add a new page directly to this. But instead of adding a page like I did before, I'm going to add an external link. So I'm going to hit this external link button. And I'm going to copy the URL down here. And then I'm going to call this page something. So this is my math posts. So I give it a title, and I give it a web address, and then I save this link. Now, just like everything else, I can move my order around, so I can change this to different locations or different orders if I want to. And once I'm happy with it, I click the Save button. Now, if I one more time click on View Blog, when I look at my blog, I have my home page. I have that first page that I created, which was just an example page that didn't really have anything on it, but your example page would have content on it. And then I did this math post page, which will always show me all of my math posts and will edit out any of the posts that aren't math related, because all my math posts are going to have the label math that goes along with that. So those are the two different ways that you can create different pages on your blog. I hope that this was helpful, and for those of you who made it this far in the advanced thing, congratulations. Give that a try.